The Canadian Forces Memorial Film Festival is happening at the Empress Theatre November 8th through the 10th. Sebastian joins us, who organized the festival. So Sebastian, why did you decide to hold the festival? What are you honoring it this year? I know there's a fairly significant milestone with the Korean War.
This is actually the fourth year that we've put on this festival. The first year was mainly aviation. The second and third years we've mixed up things with different branches of the forces, and this year we felt it was appropriate to honor the Korean veterans. It's the 60th year since the anniversary of the armistice, and of course there are still a number of Korean veterans around, so part of the program is getting them involved, having them on stage for interviews, which I'm hoping at any rate will bring in more of the cadets and that age group to learn more and indeed to say thank you to these veterans.
So you mentioned some years were more derived, more themed. What kind of movies or what kind of films will we be playing this year?
This year we have, on the Friday evening, we're talking about the Navy and the war in the Atlantic. So the movie is The Cruel Sea, which is, I think, an absolute classic, British of course. On the Friday, we're concentrating on the Korean War. So the morning movie will be A Hill in Korea, and the evening movie, Pork Chop Hill. So one is British, one is American. It may be interesting to compare the two and see how they look at things differently. In the afternoon, we're mainly looking at the veterans and the Canadian involvement in the war, interviewing with veterans, and then we do have an extra little thing we're putting in there, which is a member of the Canadian Special Forces is coming to show a short homemade movie of their anniversary climb of Mount Logan this year. 6 of them did this climb as the 20th anniversary of their unit, and also to leave a memorial there for some of the folks killed in Afghanistan.
So that sounds like a lot of really interesting and diverse films.
I think so, yes. Yeah. And then on the Sunday afternoon, we're looking more at the Air Force, the Bomber Command, and the film Appointment in London.
And now you mentioned, you kind of touched on this earlier, but it's not just films you'll be showing. You also have some Q&As and discussions happening throughout the weekend. We're
very fortunate that each year we've been able to have Dr. Stéphane Guévremont from Mount Royal College in Calgary. He's an excellent MC and lecturer, and he will be talking about on the different days, the different focuses that we're concentrating on, giving the background, giving his comments on the historical side of things. And then, as I said, we'll have some of the veterans involved, and one in particular is Don Dalkey, who was a captain in the Korean War and has himself written a history of the Korean War. So we're not short of experts on this weekend.
So a great event to check out, even if you are a veteran, but even if you're not a veteran, a little bit of education.
Well, that's part of the idea of the grant from Veterans Affairs, that they want us to not only be honoring the veterans, but also educating the public in general. And it's getting to that time where there are less and less veterans to meet and talk to, and so we need to seize the opportunities while we have them.
Absolutely. And where can you get tickets for the weekend?
Tickets can be obtained from the Empress Theatre. The phone number is 403-553-4404. And there will be tickets available at the door, of course, as well.
Great. Perfect. Thank you so much, Sebastian, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Again, that's the Canadian Forces Memorial Film Festival happening right here at the Empress Theatre November 8th through the 10th.